It is our deepest fear that Black excellence is powerful beyond measure. These are not my words. I'm gonna roll in the clip soon. You know the video that we talked about. I don't know how many of you watched that video actually of the young white man. Okay, the young white man who said that in 2025 that Black people are the most racist of all. Yeah, yeah. And it drew my mind to a lot of things. I began to think about a lot of things. And that's why I say, okay, why not we rub minds here and just remind ourselves about some things. If it is true that out of retaliation, there are certain melanated communities that are gradually training their children to become racist to white people, then I think that is not a good thing even for us as the melanated people. We have the right to voice out. We have the right to talk about the ill treatment against us around the world. And I think that's exactly what I keep saying here. We've had information shared with you, some of them, when I make videos about them. It is either taken down or it is flagged and a warning sent. Why? Because, oh, it's against policy. Maybe the choice of words, and that's why sometimes you see we use some words like unaliving, racism, so that the video doesn't get flagged. Now, when you look around the world, like I said in that video, I made a voiceover about my own thoughts. I look around the world, you discover that the rest of people that have been marginalized, that have been treated poorly around the world, is no other than melanated people. The Asians have their own way of dealing with melanated people. The Americans do, the white Americans do, the Europeans do. I can give you examples, I can list them. I don't think we'll be able to finish today if we begin to say, okay, let's begin to go back and look into all the evil, the atrocities committed against the melanated people. And even after all these things, have we ever retaliated? Have you ever seen where a group of melanated people sit down and have a concise plan on how to honor life other races? But other races have done that to the melanated people. I know there are receipts. Most of you are aware of this. If you're not aware of it, then maybe we should begin to go back to history and begin to bring out all those evil that have been done to melanated, from the lynching, from the you know you understand. But if we begin to do that, sometimes it might not be for our own good even. Because according to the young man, that in 2025, it is hardly you see a white family who is training their child to hate black people. That is to say, they did it before. But in 2025, they didn't do it. And according to him, it is now black people who are taking over. So the pain now is that in 2025, and he's a very young boy. Yeah, because they are always growing older than their age. Sometimes I look at people who look like my mother, and it happens to be that they are even my age mates. That is to say, they look way older than their actual age. You understand me? Yeah. So I believe he might not have even lived long enough to conclude that black people in 2025 are the most racist. If his race of people had gone through what the black people went through, I believe he wouldn't have had the more that I don't know. Sometimes these people do these things and they still, even in the evil they do, they claim that they are doing the right thing. It's just a few of them who own up and say, okay, we've done a lot of evil to melanated people. We are ashamed of what we have done. And it is in the spirit of the evil against black communities that these people come to Africa to exploit. They come to Africa to cause chaos. They don't see Africans as human beings. They don't see Africans as equals. They see Africans as slaves, as people that they have rights over. And they've made the African mind, they've molded the African mind in such a way that the African will always see them as a savior, all thanks to religion. So those who were brought up in the Islamic faith will see, UAE and other parts as their saviors and messiahs, right? And then those in the Christian faith will see, of course, America, you see what's going on. Anyway, America, French government, Israel, oh, Almighty Israel, the children of the Most High. So they're coming freely in the disguise of all these things, do whatever they want to do, mass unalive human being. And these people go scot free, nobody holds them. Look at what is happening in Sudan. And you think the black community should not have the right to even become racist to other people? Because if we analyze critically everything happening around melanated communities, these are all concise plans to keep pushing the black man down there. Because they are aware that if Africa becomes stable tomorrow, there's no need for melanated people to keep roaming about around the world. They'll return back to their origin. And the more they return back, the more stronger the continent will become. And the fear is that we might retaliate. There was a particular man, a white man, who said that black people don't want to retaliate. They don't want to pay back. They just want to be free. They just want us to leave them alone. Maybe I'm still going to leave his discussion as well together with this so that we listen to it critically. So what are we saying? What we're saying is that those who do the evil, they will be paid back. That is one thing with nature. We are the people of the earth. We are melanated. We are one with the earth. They have cursed themselves already. As far as they conceive doing evil to black people, they have already cursed themselves. So I don't think they even deserve our time. Like, okay, you want to go sit down, begin to think of how you want to go retaliate. Like the other melanated man said in a podcast, he said that black nations around the world are more than any other races put together. Okay? But none of these black nations around the world have ever sat down and produced a destructive weapon to go and unalive any nation. We don't have any mass destruction weapon. We don't have any mass destruction, whether biological or ammunition. We don't have that. We have never sat down and planned on how to go and unalive white people. No. But this is what we always receive, even where we do not plan evil against anybody. So I'm going to leave you with some of these informations. You listen to them. The truth is that I would never support any black man or woman who is training his or her child to be racist to other race of people. Because if they are doing that to us and we are not happy about it, why should we groom our children to do that to others? The only thing that we should do is education, information, inform ourselves, let ourselves know the truth so that we can protect ourselves better. Not that, as uninformed as we might be, fall into their trap and at the end start a devising means to retaliate or revenge. It will never go down well even with us. To tell you the truth, my majesties, just let us live our lives and let them be, because already they have incurred the curse of the earth for all the evil they have done. Just look at them. Are they peaceful? No. With all what they have and claim that they are first world countries, are they peaceful? They are not peaceful. Every day, look at, you hear this originate, that originate, all this destruction. You know, nature has always been against them because they are not just fighting black people, they are fighting nature. And nature will always take its curse.
As white people, is our deepest fear that we are inadequate? Or is our deepest fear that black excellence is powerful beyond measure? It is their light, not their darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who are they to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are they not to be? Look honestly, and you will see how they demonstrate love as a reflection of our unwarranted hate. Our playing God does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about positioning ourselves and controlling the narrative so that black and brown folks feel insecure around us. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to manifest the glory of the Spirit that is within us. And it's not just in some of us, it's in all of us, no matter what your skin tone is. And as we let our own light shine by atoning for and repairing the harm of our ways, as we learn to serve and see the true greatness of Aboriginal and Indigenous cultures and human beings around us.
We never intended them to be anything other than a slave. But they began to grow in number and in power, and eventually they fought their way to some freedom. So we became even more cruel, and to keep our black Americans down, we lynched. But yet they rose. So then we used the welfare system, the criminal justice system, to keep them down, to contain them, to destroy them. But yet they rose, and they're rising. Then we built prisons and jails to hold them. Yet they rose. And so now we are doing exactly what the Pharaoh did at the end, sending out a decree, kill them. So until we admit that when we wrote this Constitution that all men are created equal, that we never intended to include our black brothers and sisters, our nation may end up facing exactly what the Egyptians faced when they refused to let God's people go. So I'm going to say this to my white fellow Americans, that the bloodshed that is on its way is not on the hands of our fellow black Americans, but is on our hands. We are the ones that are refusing to let God's people go. We are the ones that are refusing to acknowledge that we do not value our black brothers and sisters as equal individuals or equal Americans as us white men. And to my black brothers and sisters, the racial issues, as I've said, have been there from the very foundation. But why do we see it more? Because there's a shifting. See, us white men have been at the head since the foundation. But we've had a black president. And you know, we've done everything in our power to keep him from really changing things. Now we have another minority rising to the top, a white female. What does that say? Those of us who are white men who have been at the head are now starting to see and fear that we are going to become the tail. And we know what we've done to you. And so now we're fearful that you're going to do to us what we have done to you. But I will say this. I've lived in a black community for 23 years. I've never been treated the way that this country has treated my black Americans. So I call out my white Americans to say we better heed, repent, acknowledge, and change.